welcome to another episode of Amateur Radio Tours. In today's episode, we're activating Hotel Bravo Zulu Hotel 017, Schöfflisdorf. Sorry, my pronunciation, I'm working on it. And today, I have activating under a makeshift house on the woods. I'm using DigiPi. I'm gonna record the unit functioning, but I'm using FT8 WGTX right now. And again, I'm using the Elecraft KX3 and the DIY 599 PA 500 amp. We are being received in a lot of places right now. So that's actually good. We're very well received. And today is raining. So let's see how this goes. Because it's kind of late and I'm activating a little bit late today. And here comes the first taker. Perfect. We have a taker. So activating with FT8 using the DigiPi on a Summit. I'm specifically using the Raspberry Pi 4 at this point. So let me change the screen, and now I'm going to be recording the unit itself as I am activating this Summit. And also let me record as well. I'm going to be putting the whole station and the whole camp, because I literally had to set up a camp today. Okay, so this is the setup today. I am using the CHA VHF UHF, which is this unit here, this antenna, 2 meter, 70 centimeter antenna from Chameleon. I'm also using the CHA DV mount, also from Chameleon. My trekking pole, as usual, it's the basically is what I'm using to mount everything. The beautiful, here you go, beautiful spark plug antenna over here, and it's going all the way really high up. And the camp itself, I'm using a lot of cool things. I'm using this chair here from Helinox, also using a small chair as well to put the radio, and this tarp, first time using it as a tarp, is actually and let me take it here, it's a nylon tarp poncho, which is like this. So it serves as a tarp and a poncho. In this case I had to set it up because it was raining, so I'm having a cozy activation today. So yeah, let me go back to my activation. Going back to the activation, everything is going marvelously well. The system is functioning beautifully. I already have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, and this is activated. So the Summit has been activated. It literally took about, 2 minutes to activate. So yeah, I'm transmitting. So right now I'm transmitting about 3.6 watts from the KX3. And those watts are being translated into about 35-40 watts on the amp itself. And let's see how we are in terms of being received. Oh my God, we're being received in Europe, the whole of Europe. Beautiful. So yeah, this is working amazing. And the good thing when you're activating digital, let me go back because it's raining. When you're activating digital, the beauty of activating digital, like I am, is that you can just use your, in my case, my Galaxy Fold 3, and I can just relax, take my drink, and use my my phone, which in this case works as a tablet as well, and just enjoy. I can just enjoy. So a couple of things that I did today that are very interesting. So one of them, I am actually using APRS Droid, like you can see here, to spot myself. So APRS Droid is connected to the Raspberry Pi. DigiPi has a functioning TNC. So basically, as you can see here, it has a TNC. And this TNC here, this TNC that you can see here, it's amazing. You set up your Raspberry Pi and essentially you just start transmitting. You can send emails, you can spot yourself on POTA, on SOTA, so Parks on the Air, Summits on the Air. You can send messages to other radios. It's a beautiful, beautiful, amazing tool, and everything is working using the KX3. So my thanks to, oh, sorry about that. My thanks to, let me just get out of here. Kilo Mike 6 Lima Yankee Whiskey Craig, man, your DigiPi is working beautifully. As you can see, I am booming in Europe using the DigiPi and the DIY 599 amp and the Kellycraft KX3. So let me just change back to the video, and as you can see everything. Oh wow, this is this is moving really fast. So let me change the video so you can see the unit itself. And this is what I'm working with. This is the KX3, as you can see, transmitting 3.6 watts into the DIY 599 amp over there, which is just working amazing. Everything is working beautifully, as you can see. My Raspberry Pi 4 connected with the power bank, cat control, Hotel Bravo 9, and I always forget his call sign, but this is a DigiLink Nano, and yeah, it's sensitive to RFI. This was not happening a moment ago. The DigiLink Nano, look for that device, man. An amazing sound card, working beautifully. So the setup is working amazing. I was a little bit frustrated at the beginning because it wasn't working properly, and then I just rebooted everything. The hotspot connected, probably found a bug in the hotspot itself. I'm gonna have to tell Craig about that. But man, this is working beautifully. Let me go back to the activation. I love the fact that you can take a small radio, a small Raspberry Pi, a great software, a great amp, get into the middle of the mountain, take a sip of juice, and activate and enjoy the outdoors. Today was a day where, I have to be honest with you, it took a little bit of time for me to set everything up. This is the first time that I'm doing this setup with the VHF antenna, with the DigiPi, with so basically this is the very first time where the station itself is working 100% the way it should. Although I did have some issues at the beginning, but man, everything is working flawlessly right now. And to be honest with you, I have to say that the connecting fabric that is making everything work very, very well today is the DigiPi. Honestly, man, look at this. I am using a browser to connect to my Raspberry Pi. I did not have to deal with VNC. I did not have to deal with anything. It just connected. It just worked. And the fact that the same software, the same set of software, allowed me to put myself on the APRS network also meant that it was very simple for me to start this activation today. And that's what you want. You want to get in, activate, get out as fast as possible. Summit is activated. Now I'm on JS8 call, trying to run the net. This is going to be very tight. I only have half an hour. And I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm just going to do my best. But hopefully it does work. I am operating on fast mode because I need to do this fast. I cannot understate how fast I need to do this net. I do not have a long time. So this has to work. It has to work fast. And so let me guide you guys through the process of running this net. So basically I have a script, and this script is here. I also have this JS8 remote app on my Android phone, and you know, it's a Galaxy Fold 3, so it allows me to have two screens at the same time. The beauty of it is I have the script here, and I can just, instead of having to paste things into a browser, I can just send this through UDP to JS8 call. Basically allows me to control JS8 call from my phone. And yeah, it's amazing. It's gorgeous, the fact that I'm able to do this. So what I'm going to do, because I really have 20 minutes to run the net probably, not even, I'm gonna try to do my best and just get as many contacts as I can on the net itself, and then apologize because it's really starting to rain. And you know, this net, although I normally run the net at 3 o'clock Switzerland time, today I did not have the opportunity to do that. I was unable to. But now that the summit is active, and the net is experimental, I can just try and do my best to you know, run the net itself. So next message that I'm going to be sending is, I'm going to allow for some of the messages to populate. Normally I would allow a minute for everybody to see the message on their system, and then I will send this. And the fact that I've designed this in a way that allows for two-way, I get the signal to noise ratio, which is the equivalent of a 5.9, if you will. So this allows me to have an exchange, a valid exchange for SOTA. So let me see what's going on here. I have not gotten any new messages still, or yet, more than still. So now I'm going to do this. Because I want to make sure, I'm using message. I want to make sure that anybody on the ARO group sees this message and has to interact with it. So let me just get the right timing. And oh, Temu never fails to be there. He's always there. Perfect. So now I'm sending this message. There you go. And what I'm doing here is I'm telling everybody, guys, you can now, because I'm now online, you can now send me your check-in to the net. I am sending it as a message because I want to make sure that I do receive this message, and that they receive it and see it on the screen. Again, if you don't send it as a message, what happens is it just populates on this screen here. Let me just, it populates here, the message. But if you use the keyword message, what it's going to do, it's going to pop up, it's going to send you a pop-up, and it's going to stay recorded on JS8 call itself, and then you can reply to that message. So that's why this is a very cool thing to have on JS8 call. And at this point, what I'm waiting for is for people to start replying to this message and sending their check-ins. And as soon as those start coming in, I'm going to be recording them on a notepad here on my phone as well. So yeah, I can say that today has been a very amazing day. So now that I'm here, and by the way, again, I'm doing this on the DigiPi, on a Summit, using a battery pack. This is working really, using a Raspberry Pi on a Anker Power Core battery pack, a small battery pack, using the KX3, using a sound card, an amplifier, using an antenna, no internet, and I'm communicating all over Europe. So now that I'm here, let me use the opportunity to show you guys a little bit about JS8 call. So the screen itself, so what you have here is the frequency that you're operating in. If you select here, hold on. If you select here, you can change frequencies. I'm not going to do that, obviously. So going back to this, the screen of JS8 call. Here you have your call sign and portable, and you have your grid. This is important because sometimes you want to send your grid on a transmission. So JS8 call already has that. Here are all the messages that you're receiving that may be directed to you or a group. Here is where you write. Now, because I'm using the JS8 remote app, what the app does is sends any message through the JS8 call API, and then JS8 call populates that text here and then sends it. Here, every call sign that you're receiving, and as you can see, you see the call signs, you see how long has it been since the last time you heard those call signs, signal to noise ratio, and the offset, basically where in the waterfall they are, which frequency they are in the waterfall. If you want to send a CQ, very simple, you just click here, CQ. If you want to reply to someone, reply. If you want to send your signal to noise ratio to someone, same thing. Your status, and you can have saved messages as well. Let me deselect this guy. You can select a call sign and then send a message to a specific call sign if you want to. And then you can hold your transmission or click send. So all of this actually works. It works really well. Now the beauty of JS8 call is that it is a weak signal mode, and what this means is that through JS8 call you can send two-way communications to very remote stations with really low power. In my case, I'm using 40 watts through the amplifier. But 40 watts is not a lot of power. And I'm covering the whole of Europe with this. Now, JS8 call is not like PSK31 in the sense that it's only a keyboard-to-keyboard mode. It's more than that. It's an actual network. What this means is any station that is online, you can use it as a relay as well. So I can send messages through different stations. And this is beautiful and amazing. And that's something that JS8 call does beautifully. Also, very interesting, JS8 call also is connected to the APRS network through APRS IS. And what this means is that I can send messages through the APRS network using JS8 call. How it works is you send a message to the APRS network. Any station that receives that message works as a relay basically and sends the message to you automatically, to the APRS network. So yeah, JS8 call is just gorgeous. There you go. And I have Oscar Hotel 3 Kilo Uniform November, Temu, in Finland. Never fails to appear. Amazing guy, hopefully one day we're going to meet in Finland and we're going to see each other. So thank you, Temu, for being on the net today. I almost have like 10 to 20 minutes for this net. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my best. So let's see. As soon as Temu's message comes in, what I do next is I recognize the message and then do another call. So there you go. His message is coming in. And I received it directly, which is not normal. Normally, the messages between Temu and myself, normally they don't work as well as today. So let's see how this is working for us today. And then I go back to here. Let's see if no additional message has come in. Perfect. I'm gonna do this one as a message. And then it's gonna start transmitting. And there you go. It's transmitting the message. Now, let me just put this here, open a split screen view, and go back to here. And there you go, it's transmitting my message. So running a net on JS8 call, again, not necessarily the most straightforward thing. However, it's a great exercise on running a net in the middle of freaking nowhere. I'm communicating with people in Finland. Now, let's say that there was a regional emergency, a regional situation where communication needed to happen between people all over Europe or all over North America. Well, here's the thing. You can do that. You can do that using a small radio and a small backpack. And that is why I am doing this. I am using this technology as an amateur radio operator to show people that not only in case of emergencies, but for fun. Because right now I am running a net on the middle of a mountain using JS8 call, which is not necessarily a straightforward mode, but a very fun mode, communicating with people in Finland. Guys that I know for a fact that are like myself in the middle of a forest in really bad conditions, probably within a snowstorm or snowing, just snowing, really cold. Like myself, I am like 5 degrees Celsius right now. Not a lot of fun in terms of the cold, really fun in terms of the technology. And I'm doing all of this from my backpack. So it's really amazing. So yeah, let me go back to JS8 call. And again, this is running very, very well. So let me go back to JS8 call and see how it goes. And this is running on fast mode. So I could be running on normal mode, and that's way, way slower. And it takes 40 more seconds to see the messages. So now I'm gonna stop the recording for a second because I want to eat something before I leave the mountain. And the net will keep running, as you can see. Back in a second, back in 2 or 3 minutes. So after eating a really good sandwich, let's go back and transmit again, because it seems that I have probably not a lot of takers today. It is definitely a reality that I need to start packing and leave. So even if I have to leave with only one contact, it's fine, because I already had the activation. But you know, it's amazing again that you can do all these things, really fast. And this is the training. This is what operating continuously does to you. It allows you to learn. It allows you to operate better. It allows you to improve your station. For example, today I've learned a couple of things, and I'm going to change to the camera in order to tell you guys that. So what I've learned today: one, I need to buy a new a new winter coat because I'm freezing right now, and it's only 6 degrees Celsius. So and it's still freezing. So that's one. Second, this poncho tarp, actually it's working really well. Let me show you guys this again, because even though I did show it to you a moment ago, I want to show it again to you guys. I mean, look at that. This is a full camp. This is a full camp. I mean, obviously it's not the best camp changes, but look at that. With a few changes, obviously I could spend the night here. Again, I'm obviously not saying that this is the best thing. Obviously this is hideous, but first time actually camping in Switzerland, so I love it. What I've learned today from this operation is, going back to this message that I was giving, get out. Today I started the day with a really bad back pain, which made me doubt, it's going to be cold, it's going to be raining, should I go to this mountain, should I force myself? And I did it, and it was a beautiful test of the DigiPi, and it's working beautifully. I mean, look at the station. I just love it. Get out, get in the outdoors, test your equipment, repeat and rinse and repeat. Do it many times. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Get out of the building and turn on your radio. It seems I have no more takers. From what I can see, no messages are coming for the net. So that's fine. Only one message. That's perfectly fine. Let's send the final closing message for the net. And so what I do with this final message is just close the net. Basically saying, hey guys, I need to get out of this mountain. I'm freezing cold. I cannot stay here. I'm joking, obviously. It's saying the net has closed, and if any of you want to come back and you didn't check in, please send an email to Hotel Bravo 9 Hotel Juliet Uniform at winlink.org. So basically, use the Winlink email. And this is the reason why this net was built as a hybrid net, meaning in some cases, the net is not going to be able to run using JS8 call for whatever reason. Well, use Winlink. And that works. I have to say, for anybody that's going to see this video after the net, some of you haven't received emails in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the emails have not been consistent. Main reason has been the RMS servers on 2 meters here in Switzerland. It's very difficult to get to them from my QTH. Before, I was using the 10-meter frequency for that RMS server. However, I had to take down that antenna, and so that is the main reason why you haven't been receiving those emails. I have sent some using Telnet, but that defeats the purpose of the net. So just an FYI to you guys, this has been the main reason. I am trying to fix that, so hopefully soon the messages are going to be coming in regularly. And also the videos for the net themselves, as the one from today, you guys are going to be able to see those as we record them every week. So let me just sit down here for a second. The net has closed, and I'm going to do one final test, which is precisely Winlink. So specifically for Winlink, what we do here is we start the TNC in our APRS iGate, more specifically the TNC, which is just direwolf. And what I do now is I go to WOAT, and this is an app here on my phone as well. I go to sessions, go to packet, edit, and I'm gonna select this RMS, which is here in Switzerland, 2 meter RMS. I'm very high, so hopefully this time it's gonna work. Then what I do is two things. I make sure that I'm using the right device. Here you go. And then on the radio itself, because I haven't configured this to work properly using cat control yet, that's coming soon, I just hit start and see how it fails miserably. Let's see. Failed to initialize it. Okay, yeah, I seem to have selected the wrong DigiPi. Hold on, let's go here. Device DigiPi. It should be this one. Let's go back. There you go. And let's try it again. So hopefully this should work now. Hopefully. Or not. Something happened. Bluetooth failed. Okay, something is not working properly here on. So let's do one more try, and if it doesn't work, I just need to leave this place. Bluetooth, device DigiPi. Oh. Settings, I'm sorry, no. Logs, okay, sessions, there you go. This one, edit. DigiPi. First sessions, start, and then log. And it's sending. Now it did connect. So hopefully what should happen, hopefully, is that I'm gonna get a response from that RMS server. Hopefully. Let's see if that happens. So and I'm gonna do my final goodbyes to you guys. So as you can see, amateur radio outdoors is not necessarily glamorous, but it's enjoyable. Today is a very cold day. I need to get out of here. Thank you for accompanying me. Hopefully this video is wasn't too long. I don't know. I need to see it later. Thank you guys for being with me in this adventure. So hopefully I get out of this mountain safe. See you later. 73. Enjoy the outdoors. What a beautiful sight. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. I wanted to take a pause and just show you this. So I just finished descending from the mountain from Hotel Bravo Zulu Hotel 017 Schöfflisdorf. I'm butchering this name. Anyway, look at this. How gorgeous that is. Wow. And this is why we do SOTA. This is why we do summits on the air. Gorgeous.